Harris indicted the leadership of sporting federations for the lackluster performance, emphasizing the need for systems and structures at the federations to get the best athletes to represent Nigeria and get the desired medals in the next games. Enode cried how limited his office is when it comes to executing decisions from his position as the Minister of Sports Development.
It was totally unexpected. And as a country, I understand the sadness and the anger. For people who know me from my native Cross River, they will imagine how I feel, because I always like to win and I work hard to win. So very sad. I didn't win this time. Oh, well, it's not that I didn't work hard. I did everything I should do. Maybe not that we're going to overwhelm the world, but I didn't expect at all that we'll come back from the Paris Olympics without one medal. And maybe this brings me to the structure of sports management and administration in our country. I had sessions with the sporting federations. As Minister of Sports Development, you do not directly, train the athletes. You do not directly monitor them. These are the responsibilities of the different sporting federations. You get appointed as Minister of Sports Development, unlike perhaps some other ministers and some other ministries. You have agencies and, all of that, and you can decide in terms of what you want to achieve for that sector or not. And imagine, for example, that these people are not good enough. You want to recommend some changes and all of that. The Minister of Sports Development hasn't such luxury, because you get appointed and you have leaderships of the different sporting federations, close to about 40, elected in their congresses. They have the immediate and direct responsibility of running their affairs in such sports. Minister of Sports Development in Nigeria is that limited.
Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission Mahmood Yakubu has called on security agencies to remain vigilant and ensure the smooth conduct of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections. Yakubu made this call at a meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security in Abuja, emphasized the need to protect election materials, personnel, and polling activities while reminding security forces to adhere to the rules of engagement for electoral duties. Yakubu expressed gratitude to security agencies for their support during recent electoral activities, including the continuous voter registration in both states.
For the security agencies, this is the time to be more vigilant. You should leave no stone unturned in dealing with any real or potential threat to the conduct of peaceful and transparent election. Already, concerns have been expressed about the possibility of armed state and non-state actors disrupting processes.
In his remarks, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, issued a stern warning cautioning against any attempts to disrupt the upcoming governorship election in Edo State.
Anyone attempting to disrupt the conduct of the elections will face the full wrath of the law. Law enforcement agencies are on high alert and ready to swiftly and decisively deal with anyone trying to undermine the polls. To the voters in Edo State and Ondo as well, we are encouraged to vote confidently, knowing that government is standing with you and is determined to protect you, protect your voice. Therefore, your role in promptly reporting any suspicious activities or threats to the authorities is crucial.
The issue of non-state actors, especially disrupting or attempting to interfere with the electoral process, will completely not happen. If they are not constitutionally involved in the process, they are not supposed to be found during the voting process.
The Edo and Ondo governorship polls are slated for September the 21st, 2024 and November the 16th, 2024 respectively. Nigeria Customs Service has reaffirmed its commitment to streamlining processes that will facilitate President Bola Tinubu's food security initiative. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, made this known at Nigeria Customs Service headquarters in Abuja during an official launch of a book, Impactful Public Relations in Customs Management. According to the CGC, the aim is to ensure the swift importation of food items adhering to standards that reduce cost and lower consumer prices.
Customs contributes to streamlining processes, ensuring that imported food items enter the country swiftly while meeting standards, ultimately reducing costs, lowering consumer prices, and supporting government's national food security initiatives. Under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, government has demonstrated a strong commitment to addressing the pressing issues of food security through a series of targeted measures. And let's talk about some of them. First, the ongoing initiatives. The first is targeted at boosting agricultural production.
Benue State Education Quality Assurance Agency has called on parents to withdraw their children from unapproved schools, as it has asked proprietors of such schools to present their building plans to the State Urban Development Board for integrity test from now to September 2024. The agency's Director General, Tane Francis, who disclosed this while briefing journalists at the end of the meeting with stakeholders in education, security formations, community leaders, and civil society organizations, noted that the agency would soon launch an investigation into how school not got approved before now, despite obvious substandard.
We have gone round and have discovered that there are some of our school structures, private school structures, that do not meet integrity test, and they are just debt traps. They are disasters in waiting. We have identified 2,416 schools that are operating in Benue without the approval of the Benue State government. Only 152 schools that are in tandem, they have clearance from Urban Development Board, they have clearance from BIRS, and they have clearance from Quality Assurance. And those lists are uploaded on our website.
Alumni of the 2006 session of Abia State College of Education Technical, Arochukwu, have made a passionate appeal to Governor Alex Otti, urging him to intervene in the ongoing issue of their delayed National Certificate of Education collection. One of the alumni, who pleaded anonymity, expressed her frustration over the delay and the fee, stating that the fee is exorbitant. She also emphasized the impact this delay has had on her and her colleagues, particularly in terms of promotions.
I attended Abia State College of Education, Arochukwu, and I came out 2006. Since that 2006, they have not given me my original certificate. It's not even only me, we are many, and they are collecting 50,000 naira. When you pay the 50,000 naira, they will not issue you the certificate immediately. They will say you should go, and it will last 2 to 3 years. And I'm here to show you the receipts of people that paid since 2023, September 2023, up to date. They have not collected their original certificate. So we that is working at the ministries, some of us are working with the local government. Now we are about to go for promotion, and they will demand for the original certificate. Each time they will go to promotion or any other thing, they will be disturbing us that we should go to our school and bring the original certificate.
She also appealed to the government on behalf of the graduates to intervene and take swift actions to address their concerns.
Governor, our able governor, to help us, since he has been helping, to help us so that we will collect our original certificate now that we are about to go for promotion. So I'm appealing to our able governor to help us, to talk to people that is managing the school so that they will, even if we will pay, the original certificate will be issued to us immediately.
Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Modike, Abia State, has held its 55th inaugural lecture with the theme Unveiling the Wedlock of Indigenous Technologies and Sustenance Economic Growth. Speaking after the lecture by Professor Kayode Joshua, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Madubi Ofoiwe, said that the school had become one of the academic institutions in the world that has adopted a culture of inaugural lecture delivery for the promotion of research and findings. Professor Madubi believed investment in research and promoting locally made equipment are key to curbing the challenges in the country, while urging local investors to take advantage of investment opportunities in the state to improve its economy.
Adopt and adapt locally fabricated machineries that are suitable for our soil and atmosphere. He has also stated that we must provide standardized, locally made or built fabricated machineries by involving the Standard Organization of Nigeria and the likes to make sure that what we have to use are really of standard. The lecturer also has opined that we provide enough and available funds for research purposes. Just like research does not dwell in darkness, research does not dwell in poor funding. We continue to ask that funds be made available to universities and, of course, to people of the country to make sure that they have enough to push forward their thinking and their desire.
He expressed the desire of the government at all levels to develop a new sectoral framework for the mining of solid minerals and improvement in steel production in the country.
But what is also very important is that we must make room for the local steel industry, just like the petroleum industries, to really blossom so that we have the kind of steel and kind of materials that are needed for the development of local technology. So we continue to pray and ask that leaders of the nation, supporters of Nigeria, and supporters of the university system should do their best to make sure that these little things we need are available for this country to develop indigenously and sustainably in our economy.
On his part, the inaugural lecturer, Professor Kayode Joshua, called for the review of the Procurement Act in the research ecosystem, while calling for the Standards Organization of Nigeria to be empowered in carrying out its duties.
Adopt and adapt locally fabricated machineries that are suitable for our soil and atmosphere. He has also stated that we must provide standardized, locally made or built fabricated machineries by involving the Standard Organization of Nigeria and the likes to make sure that what we have to use are really of standard. The lecturer also has opined that we provide enough and available funds for research purposes. Just like research does not dwell in darkness, research does not dwell in poor funding. We continue to ask that funds be made available to universities and, of course, to people of the country to make sure that they have enough to push forward their thinking and their desire.
You're listening to Rapid 96.5 FM News at 12. Up next are foreign, business and sports stories. Please do well to stay with us.
Welcome to How Much Do You Love Your Child?
I love my pikin so much.
I too love my child. Okay, question 1. You don't immunize your child against diphtheria.
No be that one where they give person for leg. I try make sure say my pikin get all the vaccine when I born am.
Well done, oh. But wait, you sure say your pikin completes the entire dosage of vaccine?
Nka, I'm not sure.
If you love your pikin, you go ensure say you vaccinate them against diphtheria for week 6, 10, and 12. Immunization is free. Vaccinate your child well today and save in future. To vaccinate pikin na the responsibility of papa and mama. Vaccination go protect you and your family from the diphtheria virus where they spread. For more information, go to a health facility where they close to you.
This message is brought to you by Rapid 96.5 FM.
Every day, every story. If it matters to you, depend on our news team to bring you the latest.
Welcome back now to the rest of the news. Moscow court has sentenced a U.S. citizen to 15 days in a Russian prison on charges of petty hooliganism for attacking a police officer, according to Moscow court officials. The American man, identified as Joseph Tatar, was given an administrative penalty in the form of administrative arrest for a period of 15 days by the court. Tatar was found guilty of disorderly conduct following previous reports of police detaining a foreigner who violated public order while staying at a hotel in Moscow when he behaved aggressively, swore, and used foul language. Tatar is also facing a criminal case for using violence against a government official, which shows that the American could face imprisonment for up to 5 years. Let us now talk business. Nigeria Customs Service has been directed to start the implementation of the 0% import duty and exemption of value-added tax on basic food items. The Ministry of Finance confirmed the approval in a letter to the Nigerian Customs Service dated August the 8th, 2024. This was after President Bola Tinubu approved the implementation of 0% import duty and exemption of value-added tax on basic food items. Let's now join Favor for the sports stories.
In sports, Nigerian sprinter Favor Ophili is proud of her outing at the 2024 Olympic Games concluded in Paris, France on Sunday, despite the unfavorable outcome, adding that the regrettable experience made her realize how strong she was. Nigeria's senior women basketball team, the Tigers, were held by all and sundry following their impressive performance at the recently concluded Paris 2024 Olympics, with the coach Rena Wakama and some of the players being singled out for praise. Yemi Olarewaju Daniel is over the moon following his confirmation as the head coach of Enyimba International on Tuesday by the Nwankwo Kanu-led management of the People's Elephant. Nigeria chess prodigy Deborah Quickpen believes the National Youth Council recognition will spur her to a better performance at the Fried Chess Olympiad to be held from September 10th to 23rd in Hungary. Former Chelsea midfielder Mikel Obi has categorically stated that he will do his utmost to see compatriot Victor Osimhen sign for the London club, adding that another club legend, Didier Drogba, is also in contact with the Napoli striker as they hope to convince him to make a switch to Stamford Bridge. Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi has dumped Leicester City number 25 jersey for number 6 9 years after joining the former following his arrival from Genk. Enugu Rangers winger Famson Ishaka will be teaming up with Nigeria internationals Taiwo Awoniyi, Ola Aina and Emmanuel Dennis at Nottingham Forest. Valencia has approached Real Sociedad for out-of-favor striker Sadiq Omar as the Basque club look to offload the Nigerian, according to the Spanish publication AS. In boxing, former two-time UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya has been tipped to knock out current champion Dricius Du Plessis in their title fight at UFC 305 in Perth on Saturday. And that's it on the sports news. I am Favor Onyinihido.
And that was the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Minister of Sports Development John Enoch calls for reforms of sports federations. Nigerian Customs Service backs President Tinubu's food security initiative. Russian court sentences U.S. citizen to prison for attacking police officer. For news coverage and eyewitness reports, can listen a message to a hotline on WhatsApp 0704-9220-965 or send an email to news@rubnradiotv.com. This news was packaged by Oluwapelomi King Adeniye. I am Moses Ben saying thank you so much for your time. Good afternoon.
Every day, every story. If it matters to you, depending on